97 things that every architect should know. Hello friends, today we will review this book 97 things that every architect should know. This is a very different kind of architect books. It's more about 97 essays from very renowned architects. Or this book is little dated, but still it has very good lessons, some of the good lessons. I will discuss three lessons that I really liked. I will discuss the three messages, three things which I really liked in this book. First thing is challenge your assumptions, especially yours. A lot of times we assume. We may have taken some lessons from our experiences or previous experiences. We had bad experiences, and as the time evolves, let's take window forms technology. In window forms, the data binding was very inefficient. Over the time it became pretty good, very efficient. So if you stuck to the belief that data binding is bad, you never took the benefit of data binding afterwards, the productivity that came with the data binding. Let me give you another example. I was having an interview, and there was a very good architect on other side, and he asked me, "Tell me about the architecture of your application." I explained the architecture of my application, that we have a website, and then we also build a web API for exposing our business functionality to the mobiles. He asked me, why you created different web API application? Why did not you reuse the web API between your web application and mobile? And I answered, because the web API would be hosted in another process, and there will be performance issue. He asked me, did you test it? I said no, but from my experience, out of process, in process communication will always be out of the process communication. In process communication means when application is hosted in the same process, function calls are faster as compared to when you are hosting in different processes. Then there's a cost of sending a message, receiving the message, the communication protocol comes into picture. He said, do you know what ISS, and do you know what application pool? If application pool, you can host the website and APIs together, it is as good as in-process communication. And I said, oh my God, I did not think about that. I apologized, and he was very nice, and he said, always test your assumptions. And interview worked very well, and I was called for face-to-face interview. I apologize, and I was politely saved my interview by apologizing. Another example I gave you, that trend I missed, is peer programming. Peer programming looked so unconventional. Initially it looked like a waste of resource. Two people working on a computer on the same machine. And when I really did peer programming, I was amazed with the productivity. Two people working, if they have a good chemistry, the productivity is lot more than two resources. So now pair programming has become very, very popular. Initially it was resisted by a lot of people, managers, because it was against assumption. As someone nicely said, assumption is the mother of all mess ups. Never assume, verify. And that is the difference between architect mindset and a programmer's mindset. Architect mindset has to be more analytic. You have to test it out. You have to have fine metrics. Is window communication is good, or web API is good? If performance is key, you have to perform some tests, make some small calls, large calls, and see what is the difference. So you have to very objective. You have to test your assumptions. The second thing I liked about this book was great software is not built; it's grown. So it's a very good. I totally agree. I have a confession. All the great design patterns I implemented in application was result of refactoring. Means whenever I was coding initially, I couldn't see the patterns. I just coded to get the done things done. And when the system was completed, I saw patterns. I could see, okay, I could have done things better. I could have moved this functionality instead of web forms to controllers. So I totally agree. I think the it's a bad idea to do over analyze, over architect, and that's where agile methodology became very popular. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, and as you learn more, you learn more about your requirements, learn more about your code, implement some good design patterns. Don't over design initially. I remember one place I was some time back. I was having my performance review with my manager, and she was reviewing me on different criteria: programming, testing, self improvement. She gave me excellent marks on analysis, and she gave me okay on design. I told her I don't understand. Analysis I get excellent, and design I get good. My non-technical manager replied, because you did great refactoring afterwards, that tells me your design was not good. You have to go back and modify things, change things, make it better. That means its initial design was bad. At that point I told her this point, my manager, that great software evolves. That means as you build things, and as you build things, you learn more and you make it better and better. Third point I liked is take responsibility for your decisions. As an architect, you are going to be very challenged. You will be always asked why you did this, why did you take that decision. In some decisions you took 10 years back, you will be asked, okay, 10 years back, why didn't you use technology which is 5 years old? And okay, the decision by 10 years back, this decision was taken 10 years back, we need to revisit your decision. So definitely you should take responsibility for your decisions. One thing I do is like, if I have to take as a decision as an architect or lead, I will accept the decisions from other developers. I'll take decision if it is architecturally important. Like we have to use some export to Excel. If we are trying to standardize on some library across all the projects, and I will take that. Then I'll take the decision. Otherwise, I will accept from the programmer his recommendation, his preferences, because people work more passionately when ideas come from them, and people will accept more your ideas if they think you are professional. The thing is like, one thing, it was very, when I started coding, it was very hard for me to take decision. I was worried that people I will be challenged, asked. So then I learned 7 habits from highly successful people by Professor Covey, and in this he said, take responsibility for your decision. So when you take responsibility for your decision, you are going to take your own decision. You are going to take correct decision. When you will take responsibility for your decision, you will take correct decision. So it is important. sometimes the best idea may not come from you. May come from your team member. It's okay to take best idea, and most of the time people are looking for delivery, things getting done, and once all your team members come to know that you take decision professionally, objectively, and they will listen more nicely to you. And if you reject someone's idea, explaining him why you cannot use this his idea, he has a he want to use his own Excel library for exporting to Excel, and you explain him that we are trying to standardize on this library so that we can move developer from this team to another team. So people will accept your decision more nicely. So it's a great book. If you don't expect any great design patterns, design principles from this book is more as essay, or it could be my thoughts of architectural block kind of thing. So the three things I liked from this book was challenge your assumptions. Great software are grown, not built from the scratch, and take responsibility for your actions. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, like it, share it, and subscribe to this channel. Connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter, especially LinkedIn. If you like small summaries of the video, I will be putting a lot of small summaries of the video on the LinkedIn. Thanks for watching.